In this interesting episode, we are talking about the latest Kaizer Chiefs news. Now, Stanton Fredericks have jumped in and have got some interesting remarks to say about Kaizer Chiefs. He was asking a question of, you know when you do the same thing, you keep doing the same thing. The definition of that, it's called the definition of insanity. Insanity is to do the same thing expecting different result. Kaizer Chiefs have been in this, have done it in the past, expected if they are going to do the same thing and expect a different result. It's a definition of insanity according to Stanton Fredericks. But then he went further to elaborate, to explain certain things that I think they are very critical. So for me, you really need to hear them and understand where he's coming from. Are you interested? Then please stick around. To those that will stick around, guys, if you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Because to subscribe it is free, to like the video it is free, to comment in the comment section below, guys, it is free of charge. Back to the video, guys. Good people, Stanton Fredericks has been asked. Yeah, there is a where's Stanton Fredericks? Now, please tell us, what's your take about the situation at Kaizer Chiefs? What's your understanding about the situation? What do you feel about the situation? And he's got some interesting thing. The respond, he says the following. If we think about the situation at Kaizer Chiefs, they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, and expecting different result. Former Bafana Frederick says, speaking to Sowetan Live. So something got to change. They have made change in the coaching staff, and obviously they look at the players. Okay? Looking at the players released, it's Cardoso, Nokovic, Manyama. So something that comes to mind is that financially you are releasing senior players who are probably on big packages. So that should free up some money to go after players that they want. We will be able to read into those players released in a clearer picture once you see who's coming in. It's about changes needing to happen, and they are pressing the refresh button. It's about the age. Cardoso also getting on, Frederick says. He's been there 7 years. Been consistent performer, but I think it's about time. Let's refresh. Let's give the younger boys an opportunity. It makes sense that this coach Zwane and his assistant Dillion Shepard will want to work with younger players, because there is the ego and personality clash that happens at the big teams that could pose a problem for younger coaches. Oh, now I see. Not to mention Zwane's work with younger players in the current squad in the youth at Chiefs. They know how he works and how he communicates. A team of Chiefs caliber cannot only play with youngsters. You will have the youngsters in the team who can supplement what you have. But you cannot expect young players like Njabulo Blom to come in and carry Chiefs out in their crisis. When Jabapula came into Chiefs under Paul Doleza, he was just an added supplement to what was already quality team. You need big, experienced players because pressure is huge. Kai Fredericks, we hear you. Thank you. Fredericks, guys, Kaizer Chiefs need young players as much as they need old players. And I'm reading there, and I'm like, if you get the likes of Tabotele, for instance, that guy is an experienced player, young but well experienced player. If you have the likes of Dupree, young and experienced player. If you have the likes of Zita Quinik, young and experienced player. And in the words of Junior Kaizer Motaung, he says, I want young and experienced players. So for me, I don't understand why would you keep the older players, because you've got young and experienced players. You know what I'm saying? For me, even if Kaizer Chiefs don't win now, this season, but because of young and experience, next season they can do well. The first season will be just making sure that you put the team together, you make the team gel together, but next season they're expected to start picking up now. Do you see what I'm saying? So, I mean, releasing players sometimes, guys, I think it's necessary. Yeah? I think it's necessary. I think it is very, very necessary. Release them. Let them go. You know what I'm saying? Let them go. And what can I say? Let them go and find some greener pasture somewhere else. Get those young and experienced players. I mean, I don't see anything wrong about it. Hey? But then it also gets to show you that as people, we see things different, because if you look at what Junior Kanya's got to say about the players released, he says that was the best decision, good decision. But according to Fredericks, Stanton Fredericks is like, no, that was a bad decision. They could have left, they shouldn't have released some of the players that they released, according to Fredericks. So I think I side with Kanye on this one. Junior Kanye, I think he got it right. Release them. Get the young and experienced players back to the team. And then you know that if they perform well as well, you will be able to sell them in the international market. And I'm going to keep making a reference to these two or three people. Look at the age of Nelly Jimsona when he came to Kaizer Chiefs. Young, and he performed well. Look where he is now. Belgium. Is it Belgium or what? But they sold them to the international market. Look at Tina Chate, he came to Kaizer Chiefs. Look at where he is now. Young, and then they sold him to the international market. Look at Varelena Hayo. Young, when he was wanted, Kaizer Chiefs sold him to the international market. You know why? Because when edge is on the side of the players, it makes it easier for the club to even generate revenues. That's the interesting part in all of this equation. So, with that being said, I still think that Kaizer Chiefs did the right thing. Get the younger players, because it's going to give you the exposure to the international market. You will still make money, even international, but with the big guns, the big names that you have, they've already made their names. They've already, like Lebohang Manyama, he's already from international. So chances of him going back, they're slim. He's just playing to finish his career. That's it. But yeah, that's just my opinion. What's about your opinion? In order for me to know what your opinion is, for you to get, it is only for you to get into the comment section below. So let the conversation begin right now, right here.